Hey, this is Notser, and today we're taking a look at another legendary module. This time it is the Tier 10 French cruiser, Henri. Henri IV is a French cruiser that, in recent memory, has received a lot of buffs. Main battery reload consumable, for instance, and plus the legendary. The legendary is actually fun to use. The legendary takes slot 5, and you can see my build on the screen. Main armament protection, lower chance of flood and fire, improved gun accuracy, faster rudder shift. Slot 5, we've got what is known as enhanced firing elevation of artillery, whatever that means. And this is a slot that usually has concealment module, steering mod, or target acquisition. Instead, we're using minus 12% to main battery reload, so faster reload, plus 8% to maximum firing range, so extended firing range, plus 10% to detectability. That's in the wrong direction. That is actually worse detectability than just leaving the slot empty. So it's a double negative. I can't use the concealment module that I would normally use, and the module that is the Henri's Legendary actually removes concealment. So it's a really big commitment to use this. You are not going to be able to contest many objectives. You don't have radar. You can't, cover up that terrible concealment. But the damage output is insane. So we catch this Des Moines broadside, fire AP at the broadside. The reload is the same as the Des Moines, but I have way better gun accuracy, and yeah, we did get the broadside. Oh, I wish I had AP for that broadside. God, do I wish I had AP for that broadside Minotaur. But just incredibly brutal rate of fire with the main battery reload at range, high fire chance, 240mm gun. It's a really fun experience to have people spotting for you, objective control, and all you have to do is bring those guns to bear. It's a really cool feeling. Unfortunately, this relies a lot on others. This is a legendary that is fantastic, but it has a lot of downsides. The double concealment nerf is a really big downside. I don't know if that downside is workable every single game. Some games, you just have terrible concealment. And if you have terrible concealment, you're going to die quick. You're not going to have the ability to contest objectives as often as you want. You can't be aggressive as you would like. It limits a lot of your options. But if you have DDs or aircraft carriers, it's very easy for you to rely on them for objective control, spotting, and just screening for you and your teammates so you can do what you do best, and that is bring those guns to bear. So that's one of the qualifying comments I wanted to make, is yes, the concealment's horrible. It's horrendous. You don't have any tools to cover that up. If you are left in a 1 versus 1 versus pretty much anything, even battleships, they're going to out-conceal you, they're going to drop off, they're going to never allow themselves to be seen, and the game's going to be over. But as a support platform, and it is a support platform, there are few that are better at doing damage over range, having that alpha strike potential, main battery reload, high explosive, double fire. Everything here is really intimidating from a range standpoint. You also could use your torpedoes if you ever get a chance that an enemy's close enough. Not sure I would do that. But regardless, Legendary module is a very enjoyable experience and a welcome one. It's not something that is universally bad. There is actually value in having this, but I don't know that it's valuable all the time, if that makes sense, right? If you have to rely on your teammates to be good, maybe a ranked battle, I don't know that this is going to be worth equipping all the time. Because in a ranked battle or clan battle, if you are the player who is always alive and your teammates are always finding a way to die early, well, you're not going to be very successful with 15.5 kilometer detection. You are seen from space. Everyone will be able to know exactly what you're doing, and it's going to be very difficult to move in that position undetected. It just is. You don't have any aircraft, obviously, because you're a French cruiser. So there's a significant amount of downside to a ship like this, but I mean, the upside is, outstanding. And maybe that's the most important thing about this legendary. It gives you an experience that you didn't know that you were looking for. This faster rate of fire over range that, the Des Moines can do, this has the gun velocity to do it. So I appreciate that. And these enemy battleships, boy, are they weird. They are trying to play with the island, engage targets. I don't know what they're doing. Maybe their angling is limiting their ability to engage, but there's only 2 left, and they're both on a flank with multiple friendly battleships. I feel very confident just existing. But, if these guys earlier in the game would have shown interest in engaging me, I would not have done this play, because that would signal that they recognize me or the potential that this ship has to offer. It's a low armor zone, easily they could AP broadside me. So that's always a concern, but it definitely looks like both the Izmo and Republic, they don't really know who I am. They're just dealing with the problem that they think, and poorly, of course, but they don't know who I am. So because they don't know who I am, I'm more willing to be aggressive. But if they do recognize me, this is a very vulnerable ship to a lot of fire. But that's not how it worked out in this game. So we're moving forward. Enemy Republic is on the border, the western border. Looks like an enemy destroyer is attempting to capture Sea Point. I can't really contest that at all. He sees me, obviously, from this position right now. If I wasn't firing, he would still see me. So you just have to build. Oh, of course, we take a huge damaging shot. Very, very easy to punish, of course. But your goal is not to contest. You're here to do damage. You're here to support a friendly who's going up against Mojo Beanie. That's your goal. And boy, did I miss slightly with my AP. Just a little too high. The border has a weird aim. I should have done better, but it's the way it worked out. And it looks like we finally won the western flank, so I'm going to be able to push forward and punish a couple cruisers. Now, battleship play is very easy to deal with. High explosive, AP on a broad. You can usually get 1 to 2 fires fairly easily. And then, even on top of that, the main battery reload consumable, you get the idea. But, ooh, man, we had this Minotaur. He was broadside. Is there a shot on the Des Moines? Not really. There isn't really a shot on the Des Moines. Yeah, not a shot on the Des Moines. But this Minotaur, the Minotaur is still firing. So I just verify his location, I fire my AP, and I use my main battery reload. And the location looks good. So we get 1 Citadel. Can we get another Citadel? Still aiming at that location. Looks like I aimed to the left with that salvo, unfortunately. So I'm going to relocate it. And we're going to get 1 more quick reload salvo. I get 2 more Citadels. 3 Citadels on the target, by the way. How is he still alive? How is he still alive? 4 Citadels! He's still alive! We've got to finish this guy. And obviously, friendly Guru Sakura first is in the way. Oh my god, he's still alive! Just trying to locate it as best as I can. And did we get him? We did! 5 Citadels the Minotaur required to kill. But look how devastating this ship is. That reload alone allows you to do things that you just can't do in other ships. I can locate my shells back to back to back to back. Very accurate, very punishing. It feels great. In instances like that, who needs radar? Who needs good concealment when I can 100 to 0 an enemy in smoke with no improved accuracy, just through the sheer volume of fire? It feels great. Now I'm going to move forward. At Des Moines, look to maybe getting into a very defensive position behind the island. And I assume that maybe he'll have good angling, so AP would be less effective. But I have my main battery reload consumable available. I also can switch to HE, and that's what I was thinking here. I was going to be able to punish him as I move forward with the friendly DD. And this has great speed. Obviously, it's French. It has access to a French speed boost that lasts forever, basically. That allows you to get on flanks. It allows you to accelerate and deaccelerate at a quicker rate. Look at the enemy Des Moines. He actually sailed through the entire gap, and he ran smack into a full-health friendly Des Moines. And I was worried while watching all this that he was interested in ramming the friendly. I would ram there. The friendly Des Moines is full life. You have nothing left. If you get a 1-to-1 trade, it's a win. And I don't know that the friendly Des Moines is treating it as dangerously as it actually is. They look like they're coming together, and yes, of course they do. Poor friendly Des Moines. I would have loved to have assisted. Honestly, the Des Moines should have been dead, because I should have killed him with AP. I was a little too aggressive in switching. I should have been just a little bit more sluggish in picking the type of ammo, because that Des Moines should not be alive. I mean, he should not have killed a teammate. And I feel bad for that, especially with the power that exists with this build. It is gun systems, it has great flanking potential, it has defensive AA, which is okay, the main battery reload consumable, which is outstanding. It just gives up on concealment. I'm literally detected from here by that enemy Benson. That's how bad it is. I can engage the Benson, maybe hit him. You've got range to hit him, but boy, the concealment really limits your choices here. If it was 1 versus 1 against the Benson or the Amagi. But, you know, you see how effective this is. Now, the reason I bring this video up is because the Henri was pretty popular in King of the Sea, and some people might be confused by that. Is it because of the legendary module? Is it because of its shell velocity, its damage output? What's the reason? Its speed boost? What's the reason? So the reason the Henri was so popular is because it is a ship that offers a direct counter path to the Stalingrad and the Moskva specifically. Also, I think the German battleships, not that you ever see that in competitive, but the specific reason for the Henri being in King of the Sea, especially in the finals, is a direct counter to the Stalingrad and the Moskva. And this direct counter is the fact that the 240mm guns, coupling that with IFHE, you can cross the 50mm threshold. Your HE will not shatter when you fire on the Stalingrad or the Moskva waterline. They have 50mm waterline, and that is what allows them to mitigate more high explosive than they used to. But this is able to power right through that, and that's why it was so popular. Coupling that with the Midway as well, the Midway was a direct counter. The AP bombs just do tons of damage to cruisers through defensive fire, I might add. But this has been a really fun experience with this legendary module. I should play the Henri way more, obviously, and it will be played more, just in general. The main battery load consumable that they added recently. Coupling that with, obviously, the legendary, and I'm going to be doing down the line this week for the French cruisers. It's going to see more play. And I think that's great, because it's a really fun experience, and boy, do we do a ton of damage over range, right? Yeah, it's really cool. But, you know, we weren't top on the team. We're number 2, beat out by Harugamo. Not surprised. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you next time.